Thank you. I too would like to thank the Armani family for this 23-year-old ensemble that I'm wearing. Aged a little better than the wearer. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious that we're sitting right now in one of the preeminent libraries of the world. But there is a reason that those two great lions, patience and fortitude, guard the front door, because they protect what we see around us, the accumulation of human knowledge and imagination. We're surrounded by words and sentences and pages filled with timeless truths, facts about science and history and fiction and maps and collections of poetry and dictionaries. And if you walk over and crack one open, search through the H's, and stop at the word hero, it reads, a person who is admired for their courage, for their outstanding achievements or noble qualities. For 40 years, maybe 30 years, she'll have to correct me, but at this point, it all seems the same. For 40 years, I think, journalist Maria Ressa has very often put her life on the line to keep the public informed. She reported about the rise of terrorism in Southeast Asia. She ran the CNN bureau in Manila and Jakarta, and she created and founded the Philippines' online news service site, Rappler. Like too many nations in the world, the Philippines has been bending and breaking the rules of law, and it has added itself to the growing collection of nations with authoritarian leaders. But Maria was relentless in her exposure of President Rodrigo Duterte, his corrupt regime, its violations of human rights, his use of widespread state-sponsored murder as a means of curtailing the drug trade. She told the truth, and he called her a bitch, and he made a rape joke, and he had her arrested multiple times and had the courts convict her. Still, she refused to shut down her site. And with each arrest and charge, she has become more committed to her work. A challenge wakes me up, she says, cheerfully. You don't know who you are until you have to fight for it. Currently, she's facing indictment, 7 different suits. When she goes back, if convicted, she could spend the rest of her life in prison. And by this time next week, when we all go back to our regular routines, Amal saving the world, George getting his hair dyed or whatever it is he does during the day, Maria will be back at her desk in the Philippines. And she could stay here, you know, she could. She could seek asylum, but she goes back to do her job. She's investigating leads, she's gathering facts, composing the words, the sentences, the pages, verified stories, so we, the world, can know the truth. Winner of the Nobel Peace Prize last year, she wears a big target on her back and a bigger smile on her face. She says, you don't know what freedom feels like until you almost lose it. There is nothing more courageous than a lion-hearted woman, a journalist with the patience and fortitude to do her harrowing and essential work, protecting a free press for us and under such a threat of danger to herself. Don't take my word for it. It's in the dictionary. It says she's a hero.